Welcome to Crochet Bop. Today I want to show you how to crochet a single crochet stitch. First of all, I wanted to show you something though that you can make just by knowing how to chain, do a basic chain stitch and a single crochet stitch. This here is a blanket. Now it's pretty good size and it's nothing more than just crochet a basic crochet single stitch. And my daughter made this actually. She started on it when she was 11 years old and she made it. So it just goes to show what you can do. It takes a lot of time because it's a small stitch, but you can make a very beautiful blanket out of it. She did do a little something different on the edging, but it is primarily the blanket itself is just a single crochet stitch. So that's a little something you can look forward to once you have mastered this. First of all, I'm going to show you how to do it when you just have a basic chain because that's a little bit different than once you get going. So I've gone ahead and crocheted a basic chain here. So you'll see you want to keep it so it's not twisted. You don't want it twisted. You want it nice and even when you get started. And the next thing that you need to know when you're doing this, your first stitch, you can see how you have these stitches. You skip this first one and you go to the second one. So after you have a chain and you're starting your initial single crochet stitches. Now, just a side note here, if you're following a pattern of any sort, what they use letters to represent the different stitches. So SC is what they use in patterns to represent the single crochet stitch. So anytime you see a SC, this is the stitch that they are talking about doing. So we skip the first chain stitch and we go to the second one and we simply put our crochet hook through. You'll see it goes through and you'll notice now that you have two loops basically on your hook. So you are going to do this yarn over is what this is called when you put the yarn over your hook. It's pretty self-explanatory. I hold the hook downwards. You loop it through and you just take it through that first loop. So now you've brought one through, but look, you still have two loops on there. So this next time we're going to yarn over and this time you're going to pull it through both of those. So 1, 2. And this is your first stitch. This first little come around actually counts as your first stitch. So that would actually be your second one, but the first one you made by this method. So then to go forward, you go into that next spot there, yarn over, bring it through that first one. So now you have 2 on there. Yarn over, bring it through. That is another single crochet. So you just keep doing this all the way down your chain. And it's real important to make sure that you keep your chain in the same direction, flat. So don't twist it and then stick it through. You want to keep it nice and flat. So you can see that we just went through this hole. So we're going to get the next one. And I know when I was teaching my daughters how to crochet, the hardest part was coming back on that first chain is getting them only one in each hole. So we bring it through. So we have 2 on there. Yarn over, bring it through, take those 2 off. That is another single crochet stitch. So now we're going to go to the next one. And you would just continue this all the way until you get to the end of your chain. And then I'll show you how to do that because you would go all the way to the end and when you got to the end, you would put it in that last one. And then I'm going to show you, I have some other one already started to show you because it is important to know how to do it at different stages. So over here I have just a little swatch going. So I'll get the hook in here. So here we go. So this is just single crochet stitches. So we'll get here to the end. So it's easier once you get going. You can see how much easier it is to see where to go. And you'll notice this time that when you put it through this, there's actually 2 pieces of yarn. So bring it through that first set, and there's 2 on there just like before. Bring it through, that's a single crochet stitch. Go into the next one, and we have another single crochet stitch. And this here is often where my daughters would get hung up, is they wouldn't realize they still had 1 more stitch to go. So suddenly their projects get smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's important to get it in that last spot. Sometimes you have to work to get it through. Yarn over, bring it through. This one's being a little cantankerous. Okay, so we have 2. and yarn over, bring it through again. So that's that. So now we're at the end of the work. So now when we want to turn around and go back, what we do is yarn over and we just do a chain stitch. So one chain stitch. Then we flip the whole piece around, and I don't go in this first one, I go in this very next one. And you see how it gets really easy to see your spot. So you go in, you'll see it's kind of almost looks like a braid almost. So you go through that one spot, yarn over, and you have 2 on, bring it through, go to the next one, put it through, yarn over, take off the 2, there's another stitch. Take it through there, yarn over, so there's 2 on, and so on forth. And then you just do it until you get to the end over here also. And that is a single crochet stitch. Thank you for watching.